Hello and welcome back to Suspended Phantom. I'm your host, Dennis Matholkus, and this is The Expanse, Season 4, Episode 2, Jetsam. So before we actually start here, I'm going to do a little business first, as usual. If you like what you see here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you via the bell. If you really want to know, go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule that's up there. I change it out every week. And then, of course, I put that up on my Facebook page as well. I just realized my picture is crooked behind me because I was watching it in the. That's going to bother me now, is really what it's going to do. I also have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and I have a Patreon page, but I don't have any tiers set up as of yet, but I will at the end of this year, beginning of next year. There we go. So. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the shit out of the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. Thank you, Viking Bitch, for the newer paddle. So I'm not doing a recap of this. I'm just doing a review. I'm not going over this. I know I said that last time and I kind of almost went into a recap of it, and that was all just from memory, pretty much. But I watched it last night, so I'm probably gonna be a little fuzzier, but I do have a couple of notes here just in case. So because yes, I do tend to forget things here and there. Oh, also, before I actually do that, I forgot to mention the last episode. So at the end, the very final episode of this series, I am going to have a contest and I do have a giveaway. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, what is it that you may ask? It is a coin from Comic Con. It's an Expanse coin from Amazon. So, yes, that is from this year's Comic Con, and it is an Expanse coin. So at the very last episode, when you guys comment and stuff like that, I'm going to give people a week to comment on that last episode, and then the week afterwards, I am going to pull a name, and that lucky person will get one of these guys, or get this guy, I should say, since it is the only one that I have. There you go. I forgot I actually had something for the Expanse. There we go. So basically, we have a couple different things going on here. We actually have uh, 3 or 4 different things going on. So we have Miller searching this sector of space, looking for what killed the builders. He's looking for any kind of clue, and as he says, he's flipping switches like a goddamn monkey, trying to see if anything, pans out. Um, Christian, in the meantime, is going to Mars as part of a UN thing to have a dinner with the Mars representatives. Um, Bobby is basically a dock worker, is what she is at this point, and the crew of the Rossi are on Illis or Terra, depending on who you are, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on there because they just got hit with that, this metal swarm of organisms, and they're looking at that actually and seeing, trying to find out what the hell's going on at this point. So, I mean, a good episode. We got some movement in. I mean, it's the second episode in, and they actually have some movement happening on the story itself, which is great. And I agree with you, Viking Bitch. Poor Bobby. That is no way to treat her, Marie. She got shit on pretty big time, and then also for Christian to invite her to the to this meeting, to this dinner, and kind of use her without telling her, not talking to her beforehand to find out why she's inviting her to this dinner. And Bobby sets it straight and goes, no, basically all you did was you showed them that you call your Mars lapdog and to heal, is what she said. That's what they look at it as. And Christian's like, fuck them, come work for me. And she's like, no, my family, my life is here, and screw this. She's going to end up working for somebody that's outside of Mars there, but it's not going to be Christian at this point. And Christian, by the way, at the same time, she is having her own little issues. We just saw that she might have a contender for her seat at the UN as well. One thing you did notice, though, is that UN dinner, it was Mars and Earth, but no Belchers. Belters weren't represented there, and I found that kind of funny, especially when is Christian is talking to the people that are there, and she just addresses Earth and Mars coming together in humanity. She doesn't mention the Belters at all, like they don't exist. And oh, and that was the other thing I forgot too, is that we also have the Belchers. We have the behemoth out there, um, basically acting like cops now, trying to find who took over, who basically pirated the Sojourner ship and spaced everybody. And of course, Ashford does find out who that is, and turns out to be an old friend of theirs by the name of, and I just wrote it down here because I could remember Marco Inaros, who of course Naomi knows as well. And speaking of Naomi, she's not doing too good with the muscle enhancements and all that kind of stuff. Her heart is the only thing that has not kind of kept up with everything else. Her cardiovascular system, so she's pretty much hurting at this point. Yeah. Um, the Expanse was getting great buzz on Twits. We've been having a lot of fun with Belinda, Christina. Yeah. Uh, yes, it's a good show, man. It really is a good show. Uh, Show Ashford is so much better than book Ashford. I haven't read the books, Sentient DL. Sorry, I know that says something, your last name there, but I don't know how you wanted to say it there. So I'm not going to murder it. And yeah, I haven't read the books. I'm one of those few people who hasn't, and I still am okay. Oh, okay, got it. I'll leave it at that. I'm just gonna call you Sentient D. How about that? So, um, yeah, it's good stuff. And then of course, Proto Miller ends up having you know, Holden do his dirty work for him and go and remove these roots that are holding this machine back, this machine that's been there for 1.5 billion years. And as Holden even says, he goes, "So fucking, some roots actually, stop the machine from running." And Miller says, "Well, these roots weren't here when this thing was here, and that's what's stopping it. So he needs him to cut it out." And of course, when he does, that machine almost like traps him inside. He actually has to crawl out and really fast, and then the lightning starts. Um, and then, of course, there is the tension between the Belchers and the Earthers on Illis or New Terra again, with Mertry and one of the Belchers, and Mertry ends up murdering somebody right in front of Amos, and Amos sees it. He sees it from far away, but there's nothing he could do to stop it. And just then, that's when the lightning starts and comes into town and takes out the power out of town. And that's pretty much it on this episode. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, they did a good job of, creating the tension and still having it all flow, you know, because we had all these different storylines that were following all at the same time, different places. And that's the good thing about it, is you're able to follow it along, and it doesn't feel like you're losing anything. It's a good flow. It's yeah, that you can tell that they got an influx of money. So they're doing a good job. They really are. And also, Christian gets to drop a fucking ton of F bombs too. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot that Bobby finds out that her nephew is making drugs or being forced to make drugs. That was what his girlfriend was having him do. And she beats the fuck out of those guys, man. I mean, just beats the fuck out of them. And I love how she has the taser knuckles, and she's gonna take that one guy out, and then she looks at her nephew who's underneath the table, and she drops it and just punches him in the face instead. And yeah, I mean, she just fucks those people up. And yes, Bobby is my favorite too, Jazba. I have to admit. um, it wasn't this year, but last year at Comic Con, they had an Expanse escape room, And the woman that was working it was a spitting image of Bobby. I actually have a picture of her. I asked her, I said, never watched the show. It was really funny. And I said, I have to tell you, and this is going to sound really weird, but can I get a picture of you next to the Expanse backdrop? Because you are the spitting image of Bobby, one of the characters on the show. And so she agreed to it. And actually, Viking Bitch and Movie Fanobi have seen it. I've shared it with them. And yeah, she looks exactly like Bobby. It's really scary. Yeah. Yeah, I like Christian as my number two. I'd have to say Jasba. She really is. I mean, even though I know that she's gonna do some really evil shit, yeah, I know she's my number 2. Yeah. Yeah, it is the Bobby clone. It really is. I mean, she's, I don't think she's as tall as, the one who plays Bobby, and I can't remember her name now offhand, but she looked exactly like her, which was just freaky. So, yeah, damn good episode. Can't wait for next week. Next week, yes, when I'll do episode 3. I'll let you know. I actually did sneak a peek at episode 3. So I know, but I was really, really tired when I was watching it. So I kind of fell asleep about 5 minutes in. So I didn't get to see Frankie Adams. Thank you. Yes. Frankie Adams is her name, who plays Bobby. Thank you, Joe Greer. Yeah. Um, I couldn't remember her name for the life of me. Usually I have an IMDb up, and I didn't this time around. Oh, and we also found out that Christian's I've got restraint. No, Jaspa. I'm okay. I watch so much TV that I actually want to have a little bit of a break sometimes. Yes, I have been watching only one at a time, Viking Bitch. I want to keep it fresh because I noticed when I started watching episode 3, I started kind of blending 3 and 2, and I actually had to go back and I did a fast forward through some of it and just kind of got caught back up on what it was for number 2, just so that I don't have to spoil stuff. I don't like spoiling it in my videos here. I want to actually keep it you know on point. Bobby's storyline is taken from Gods of Risk novella if anyone's interested. Okay. Yeah. No, Viking Bitch. I actually have recliners that have Tempur-Pedic foam in them and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice. I can stretch back and whatnot. Anticipation helps the journey, but in this case, I couldn't. It's been too long. Is what movie? Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. It's like I said. I'm also looking at new stuff to see if there's anything new out there. Um, Tomorrow, of course, is going to be The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's on Wednesday, just so you know, just for this week, because there's some other movie that's coming out on Friday. I don't remember what it is that supposedly is Star Wars related. Yeah, that's not really important. So that's why they moved The Mandalorian to Wednesday of this week. Also, Thursday, I'm going to be off. Friday is going to be Harley Quinn, a new episode of Harley Quinn. So we're going to be doing that. Yes, it will be dropping at midnight. Uh, The Mandalorian. You know what? I'm kind of surprised no one's done it as of yet, but doing The Mandalorian as a nativity scene. I mean, I have the heavy trooper right here, the Mandalorian heavy trooper there. I know the Mandalorian is also done as a Black Series figure as well, and get those two, a manger, and someone make a little baby Yoda, something like that, and there you go. You got your nativity scene right there. Or if they have the female Mandalorian, who the armorer, that would have been cool too. Yeah, the last Jedi. Thanks, Jasba. That's yeah. I've been reading some reviews of it, and that's just wrong. I want one. Yeah, Um, Actually, they're not bad, Joe. They're only $10. I take that back. The Mandalorian one here, he was 20. Okay, so yeah, he was $20. But the Baby Yoda is $10 because I already have it pre-ordered. That's next year. Next year it'll be a nativity scene for me. The last breath of fandom. Now. I do find it funny that both Abrams and Rianne are sniping each other through media back and forth. It's almost as funny as watching boomers and millennials fight. Almost, because that's actually a little bit more, you know, has much more comedic value to me. Sentient said, I rewatched all seasons in the last couple of months to prepare for season 4. Wow. Yeah. I didn't. Um, like I said, I've been watching so much stuff, I can't squeeze anything else in. It's my brain's at overload. You're not in love with Baby Yoda? You don't need to be in love with him, Viking, but you just need to be in like. That's all. Did you see the Baby Yoda Christmas tree ornament that you can cut out? Yeah, I did. That's I did see that pen. That is the official Baby Yoda Christmas tree ornament too. It actually has the little Lucasfilm logo on it, which I thought was funny. I'm seeing Thursday night. Just gonna relax and have some fun with the crowd. I know I won't live up to anything, but I like the universe. Yeah, I like the universe too. Move. I'm gonna see it eventually. I am off next week and a good majority of the week after because we're on forced vacation, is what we're on where I work, and so I'll probably end up seeing it then at some point. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look who's on Twitter. Yeah, she likes to hide from you guys. I don't blame her. But yeah, like I said, eventually I'll see it. But we're talking about the expanse here. Yeah. Next week I will be scheduling stuff earlier because I won't be, at work, that kind of stuff. And so yes, I actually have written stuff down in my book for earlier. So I know that his Dark Materials is going to stay the same. um, Considering that it's the finale, this season finale. Um, the Expanse, I'm going to go a little bit earlier, of course, on that. I'll probably do it in the mid afternoon kind of thing. And uh, the Mandalorian, of course, I'm going to do earlier as well. I'll do in the morning, and then I'll do Harley Quinn in the afternoon. So, yeah. Do you really, Pen? Do you really miss him that much when he skips live streams? So, um, yeah, so remember, last episode of the series, I know it's going to be a long haul for you guys, but yes, the coin, the Expanse coin. And for those of you who, if you can't see it, it's it's a picture of the Rossi, is what that is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a picture of the Rossi. I'll try and do that a little bit. And of course, the back is just Comic Con 2019. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Um, I'm gonna let you guys go, I think is what that is. Yeah, Amazon does some really good stuff for their giveaways and for Comic-Con and things like that. They had like I said, they took over pretty much an entire block and made a interactive space this year around for the boys, the Expanse, Carnival Row, and I want to say there's something else too. I think those are the three actually. And it was really cool. I mean, they did a little show too. They had a tower in the middle where they did a show for uh they had Belchers come out, and then they had some UN people come out and beat the shit out of them on, and smoke and all that kind of stuff. And they gave us free food. And yeah, That's what the coins were for. They give you a little baggie full of coins, and I didn't realize it until I spent a few of them that, they were actually based on the show, so or shows. Yeah. I'm not that much of a sarcastic bastard, Viking bitch. Oh, and by the way, I love old school Doctor Who too, the Viking bitch. So I'm glad you got that pillow, that design. That was really kind of cool. Um, yes, I have passed 700 subs. Thank you very much for reminding me, Ben. Thank you to everybody who signed up and has subbed so far because yeah, it's heading to 1,000. That's the dream there, and of course beyond that, of course too. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, I was just laughing at Viking Bitch's comment there. He thinks the big event of season 5 will make Expanse really big, like a Red Wedding for Game of Thrones. Um, yeah, since I know that James S.A. Corey is a disciple or I guess a prodigy of George R. R. Martin, and I know it's two authors. Is that correct? Yeah. Um, so it's supposed to be like Game of Thrones in space. Only this production is so much better than Game of Thrones. I'm sorry to tell you. Um, it really is. And I'm wondering if George R. R. Martin had these people working on Game of Thrones, if it might have been better than D&D, because D&D just they kind of suck. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. And maybe they wouldn't have had so many people be up in arms over the ending of it. Use some Expanse hash. I have used Expanse hashtags. I did. Mufino says, "Good job. I hope Mr. Robot and the Expanse bring new viewers and listeners." Yeah, me too. Yeah. Oh, 403. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I could do that kind of stuff. Plus I also put it in the meta tags for this video as well. So I do all that as well. He will forget us when he reaches 1090. No, Stanley Tweedle. I'll forget about you guys when I reach 800. Um, I kid. It'll be more like 750. Um, is it me or the production value went way up? Yeah, Jasmine, it went way up this season. The special effects are much better. It's in 4K. It's streaming in 4K, so it's a much clearer picture. You can tell the sets are of better design. Even though they're filming a lot of this in a rock quarry and all that stuff, they are still doing some pretty good stuff. Many are using episode hashtag to avoid spoilers. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. D&D should be locked up in a basement for that BS last two. Well, it's not really that much of their fault. Is that they were left in free fall. George R. R. Martin didn't give them any information about what was going on. They kept asking him, and he didn't give them anything. It's not like the guy didn't have enough time to write the fucking book to finish it, to give them some information on how to end it. And they did ask him, and he didn't deliver. So they did as best as they could, which was not that good because of where they've come from previously. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that whole world does look. I mean, I like the overhead shots too when they're doing the shots from the ship orbiting, and you see the entire planes. It looks really kind of cool. Mufino says, Jasba, Belinda mentioned that the budgets really didn't change, but I'm guessing the quality of the cameras and location scouting infrastructure. Yeah, it's it's the same people that are working on it. It's just that they, you know, they have hope now, and you could see that. It was I mean, they were working with a sci-fi budget. They really were. So, I'm pretty sure they got more of a budget than they did when they were working with sci-fi. Yeah. They had to have because, I mean, sci-fi is notoriously so what sci-fi normally does is they pump a lot of money into the first season, and then they don't give a shit about seasons 2, 3, and whatnot, and then they go, "Okay, if you guys survive beyond that, good luck. Uh, yeah. Yeah, the CGI budget definitely went up for sure. I agree with you on that. Yeah. But duly noted, Mufunebi, I'll put in episode numbers in there too. I thought it showed up in my hash on my Twitter, but maybe not. It doesn't automatically because I put it in the description of the video, and I couldn't remember if the description of the video pops into the Twitter or not, and it doesn't. What was your first pass, standing on a tablet or on the toilet? You can still get 4K off a tablet. Was it a mixture of green screen, CGI, and on location? Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a mixture of all that kind of stuff. So, unlike The Mandalorian, by the way, which is doing some really funky, far out shit, where they are actually projecting the backgrounds in high quality resolution. So supposedly some of the backgrounds are actually screens that are yeah, actually doing that, and I'm like, and I can't tell the difference, quite honestly. That's some really far out shit. Yeah. I believe most of New Terra was on location. Yeah, I think so too. So, thank you everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you for making it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about joining up at the very end of this video, you're going to see a video pop up here. Basically, what YouTube does is they take the algorithm of all the stuff you've been watching, and they try and match one of my videos up to all that algorithm stuff and pop it up there just for you. Up here is going to be His Dark Materials because that was on last night. That's what I did last night. Was His Dark Materials. And next week is we get the season finale of His Dark Materials. What else we got going on? Like I said, the Mandalorian's on Wednesday, Harley Quinn's on Friday. Saturday is Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the week, talk about any of that, and all the genre stuff that you guys want to talk about. Sunday, oh my god, Sunday's going to be huge. We get the Mr. Robot series and season finale. And it's going to be a 2 episode. I know right now I have it down as 8:15 is the start time. I don't think it's going to be 8:15. I think it's going to be 9:15. Might even have to be 9:30 if I pick up my jaw off the floor, and depending on what happens there. Unless they're going to do it earlier, I need to check the schedule and see where that's at. Because yeah, it's going to be a 2-hour Mr. Robot, and most likely we're going to be talking about it for a long time because fuck yeah. Yeah, it's going to be huge. And of course Monday is going to be His Dark Materials. There we go. And see, I don't have to get up early for work or anything like that the next day, so I can talk as much as I want on Sunday and not give a damn about, getting up early. So you East Coast people, better rest up. Because, yeah, we're going to be talking about that thing. Mufanui says, I really hope I'm not up early Monday. I want to try and watch the show and tennis. Nice. Yeah. Because, God, this week's episode, wow. Going commando. Who doesn't, Sentient D? Man. With that said, I should probably let you guys go. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's been a long day at work, you know, and I need to go and relax a little bit and power down. So tomorrow is going to be the Mandalorian. Come and join me for that. Have some Depends handy. Oof, no, that's for a rough day at work. But oh, you're in Croatia, Sentient D. Nice. Man, it must be well, it's early for you over there right now, isn't it? Yeah, it is early over there. Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you again to everyone who joined me tonight in the chat. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Take a look at the schedule up on suspendedfanimation.com. If you're still on the fence about joining up, take a look at the video that pops up here at the end. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow for The Mandalorian. And don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that that root that you pulled out of whatever machine that Miller told you to pull it out of was a bad idea in the first place, because now you got to deal with lightning. And that's normally not a good thing. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.